The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Los Angeles Lakers 116 to 104 to take a 2-1 series lead, defending that home court. Let's start with the Lakers. Luka Doncic was under the weather, and you could tell. Pretty obvious. When you look at the box score, 17 points on 6 of 16 shooting from the field. Did have 7 rebounds and 8 assists to go with it as well, but just the way he moved didn't seem as aggressive, seemed a little more irritable than normal. You saw some of the laziness that Nico Harrison pointed out and continues to point out. Since trading him, he didn't get back on defense. He's yelling at the refs. He's yelling at fans. Yeah, it was just a rough night from him. I'm gonna chalk it up to being sick because he was, they talked about it during the entire game, battling some sort of 24-hour stomach bug, which isn't fun. I also thought that the Timberwolves did a much better job of attacking him in isolation. It's part of why Jaden McDaniels had 30 points on the night. They just repeatedly went at him, got him switched onto Anthony Edwards a few times, and he, that's easy work for Anthony Edwards. And like he's not a good defender. Probably going to be a worse defender when he's sick. Um, that might be why it felt extra bad tonight. I didn't think it was good at all in terms of his defense, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'll just chalk it up to saying that he was sick. With him being sick, the Lakers relied a lot a bit more on LeBron James and Austin Reeves. LeBron was awesome. It wasn't 41 minutes of awesomeness like we would have seen, 5, 6, 7 years ago. But he did have these various stretches where he just took over the game on both ends of the floor. I mean, I think he set a record for like most points scored by a 40-year-old in a playoff game. He had that little stretch there at the start of the fourth quarter where he hit like 3 or 4 threes, and he's like, doing the whole look at the ground, pull up thing. And, he had it rolling there. And when he had it rolling, I was like, man, like this is kind of the boost that the Lakers need with Luka not playing very well. It kind of felt like in those moments that the Lakers were going to win. We're going to win the game. Austin Reeves, he had a couple big shots. I didn't think he was great. Still thought he was good though. Definitely not as good as he was in game 2. But like when Luka's under the weather, I think they need a little bit more from him. And I didn't think he scored as well in isolation tonight. I feel like a lot of his threes came off of like catch and shoot stuff, which is good because like you need to be versatile if you're not going to be one of the 2 best players on your team. But I think he needs to be a little more reliable in his ISO game. He was great in game 2. Like that's why they won that game so easily. Well, that and some other reasons, but I think in order for the Lakers to win this series, he has to consistently be the 4th best player in every game. And game 1, he wasn't. He wasn't as good as Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid. That's not fair because both of those guys got really hot. But like tonight, he wasn't better than Julius Randle, and he wasn't better than Jaden McDaniels, and he wasn't better than Anthony Edwards. He's got to be the 4th best guy on the floor in order for the Lakers to win this series. The best guy on the floor tonight, though, was Anthony Edwards. I know LeBron's box score is out of this world, but I mean, like he was awesome. The final 4 minutes, it was flawless basketball. Had 29, 8 and 8, 5 of 10 from 3. Got to the rim, dunked on Luka. That was cool. And the most fun thing to watch in these Timberwolves and Lakers games in these first 3 games, more specifically games 1 and game 3 tonight, is just the improvement that we've seen from Anthony Edwards and his ability to make decisions. Struggled a lot last year in the playoffs when the Mavs would trap him and throw multiple bodies at him. Game 1, he was really good, dealing with that. Game 2, the Lakers showed him some different looks. He said that after that game, apparently he watched film till 4 a.m., went to practice the next day, and he kept watching it. And so he figured some things out, obviously, like I said, 29, 8 and 8. But the development of his decision-making has been really fun to watch. In the final 4.5 minutes, he scored or assisted on the Timberwolves' final 13 points. He was flawless. He didn't make a mistake. He grabbed some big rebounds in there. Obviously, he hit some big shots, including that big step back 3 to give him a 106 103 lead with a little under 4.5 minutes left to go. And when you're playing against Luka Doncic and you're playing against LeBron James, You have to have someone who can do what Anthony Edwards did at the end of that game. He was awesome. When he's doing that, the Timberwolves are really tough to beat because they've got really good players around him. I thought that they got a really good version of Julius Randle tonight. 22 points, only turned it over twice. I saw him look at Anthony Edwards and take a shot anyway, only once, which is, like it is Julius Randle. He's going to make that choice sometimes. But game two, I thought he looked Anthony Edwards off way too often. Was much better in terms of his deferring to Jaden McDaniels, who had it rolling, and Anthony Edwards tonight. Took the challenge of guarding his wealth. I thought that he did a really good job defending Luka and LeBron. Jaden McDaniels, though, he was a stud. 30 points, just went at Luka. He got in the lane whenever he wanted, and he talked about it after the game with Scott Van Pelt, just saying, look, like they don't have any shot blockers. Like I'm going to go to the rim, and if I can get to my spot, then I'm probably going to score. And that's what he did tonight. He was really good. Dave Vincenzo, he hit a couple timely threes. I thought he was good on the defensive end of the floor. Naz Reid didn't take a ton of shots, but he was 4-7 from the floor, 11 points, 6 boards, and played some really solid defense down the stretch as well. So really good game, not only from Anthony Edwards, but also from kind of the role players around him. And I think that directly reflects the decisions that Anthony Edwards made with the basketball throughout the game. So they're up 2-1. I think they play again Sunday. That sounds right. I hope they do because this series has been the best one so far. And actually, that may not be true. Either way, the series has been awesome, and hopefully it continues to be whenever Game 4 is. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch the video. I'll have 4 more up tomorrow after all the games, so make sure you are subscribed if you want my thoughts after every game. Thanks, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.